The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, what do you like to go by? A Young City?
You can call me Javon.
Javon?
You can call me A Young City though. Whatever you want to call me.
Business-wise, you're A Young City.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. Where do you post your videos?
I post my videos on YouTube.
Do you ever use Rumble?
I never heard of it.
Okay, look it up because they won't censor you on Rumble.
Okay, I gotta start Rumble then.
Okay, all right. I seen your. Let me back up a second.
Okay.
This is Ken Rossignol with the Chesapeake Today, and I'm here with A Young City. Okay.
Yes, sir.
A Young City. He posts videos on YouTube of interactions at crime scenes and with police in the Lexington Park area. Okay. He says he's 34 years old and lives in Lexington Park.
Yes, sir.
Has one young son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you start this business of going to traffic stops and doing what they call a First Amendment audit?
Well, I started a couple of years ago. I just started it just to see if I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of started it because.
Can you define what a First Amendment audit is?
Well, First Amendment audit is like what I do is I go around to public places that's open to the public, like police stations and fire departments and stuff like that, and I record. And the thing it's called the First Amendment audit because it's the First Amendment. You got the right to religion, you got the freedom of press, you got the freedom of speech, and freedom of assembly. So I go around and I record different places, you know what I'm saying? And this basically to see if people will respect my rights of me recording in public. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're in public, you're being recorded. You're being recorded anyway. You're being recorded. Cameras all over the place.
Okay, you've been posting these. You have over 32,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. It's amazing.
Yes, sir.
There's probably news operations in D.C. that wish they had that many. And some are from around the nation.
Right.
Okay. Why do you think people are subscribing and watching your videos?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. Like I was saying, I started it just to see if I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now you use what we call a lot of street talk on there.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you've told me before we got started here that some people find that to be a little objectionable to be talking to the cops like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's necessary? Will you continue that, or will you modify it at all?
See, I do use street talk. You know what I'm saying? But
I watched one video from May that you actually filed for and got the police body cam that shows that they basically were violating your civil rights with a baloney traffic stop saying that you smelled like marijuana.
Yep.
And when the trooper got through ransacking the first and second seats of your vehicle and went around and opened the back deck, all the junk you had back in there, it looked like a dumpster falling out.
And I told him put it back.
You told him to put it back,
Yeah.
but he stopped looking.
Yep.
If it was really a drug stop, he would have itemized everything out of there, even photographed it. Didn't do it. They just gave up.
Yep.
And the deputies you had 3 deputies. Broad daylight.
One that was training.
Yep.
And he went. The one that was training, I never seen him a day of my life. He went to this trooper, and the trooper asked him, "Hey man, you know this guy right here? You met this guy before?" He said, "Yeah." And on the body camera, and my video footage that I have on my YouTube channel, you can see me introducing myself to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, "Nice to meet you." So how can you go to him and say you met me before and?
Okay, well, people are a little imperfect in their observations out there. All right. So basically, when you feel at that time that was retaliation, that traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
For what?
For me filming the police and, you know what I'm saying, being on crime scenes and, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Because
all right, when you have interactions and you're out in public where the police are doing their job correctly and the public is acting like fools, do you videotape that too?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
And can you point to a couple of those videos?
Yeah, I got a video I did not too long ago. It was in Calvert County where the parents and the kids were fighting, the coaches and everybody, you know what I'm saying? I recorded that. One of the deputies that was Calvert County, he said, "Hey man, you ain't recording?" So yeah, I do, it's not, I don't just record the police, you know what I'm saying? Like, I record what's going on.
Have the prosecutors or police ever asked for copies of your video or used them in prosecutions?
They never asked me. They probably went to my YouTube or something like that.
No, but not that you're aware of?
No sir.
You've never been subpoenaed to come into a court case and say that you took a certain video?
No sir.
Okay. Do you wonder why they haven't? Maybe you think it might be because of the street talk?
No, because I could turn the street talk on and off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the street talk,
That's optional.
That's optional.
You're doing that to get under their skin? Or just to relieve stress on your own part?
I do the street talk is when they try to, like, say on basically, like, if I'm sitting there recording, "Oh, Mr. Henderson, you gotta go back," this, you know what I'm saying, or I'm gonna lock you up for obstruction, you know what I'm saying, like things like that. Like if you trying to jeopardize my freedom or anything like that, then I'm sorry, I'm going to talk to you the way I want to talk to you because I'm frustrated now, because I'm not doing nothing. I'm not coming between you, the person you arresting, or nothing like that. I'm just video recording. Just because you don't like I'm video recording and part of the things I'm saying, you just can't say that you're gonna lock me up for a crime that I'm not committing.
Yeah, you have a video on your YouTube channel of a 1050 PI, a crash, overturned vehicle at I think it was Route 246 in front of the old Roost restaurant. Whatever they call it now, at Shangri-La Drive. And there, you're not using any street talk or anything. You're just filming the accident scene.
But wasn't none of them trying to bully me?
Okay, right.
Once they try to bully me, then you're gonna see another side.
So you're an object?
Object, yeah.
Okay.
If you're not trying to bully me, we cool.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, when you do that, if you use language that's too rough,
right,
then the YouTube can even knock your video out or cut it back.
I got a lot of yellow check marks.
Well, children can't watch it, or they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So have you considered modifying your language to keep it family friendly?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But
Okay.
you know, I don't edit my videos. So I'm in the process now of...
Let me ask you this question. Do you ever follow up and go to any court hearings or court cases and trials?
I've been to a few, yeah.
Where you started off videoing at the scene in Lexington Park, and you track it back and see what happened, the outcome in court?
Yeah. For instance, it was a guy they locked up for a shooting he done had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got his face plastered all over the internet of him being a suspect for an attempted murder. So I recorded the situation when I was there. When it happened.
Which location was this?
This was at Queen Anne's apartment,
right
there behind CVS.
Right.
A guy got shot broad daylight. It was like 1 o'clock in the evening, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying, like
that was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
And they plastered the man picture all over. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know if it was like a couple of months later they came back and say, "Oh, this is the suspect." But they never came back and said we made a mistake even with the sheriff's department.
And he dropped the charges?
Dropped the charges. The man, he's out here walking a free man, but he still got a tag on his back, because if he try to go get an apartment or something, they gonna look up his name It got mugshot and everything for something he had nothing to do with. So I went back and made a video and let the people know that, hey, he wasn't a suspect. You know what I'm saying? The suspect was eventually caught, you know what I'm saying? And I think he just recently got convicted.
He did, or someone else got convicted?
The suspect did.
Oh, the real shooter.
Yeah, the real shooter.
Okay. So
allegedly, I guess that's the real shooter.
So has anyone ever accused you of being a journalist?
Some people. I don't think I'm.
What do you think of that? But you're doing photojournalism.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a journalist.
Well, you're recording news events.
I'm just a guy with a camera.
Ah. Kind of like the old candid camera from the 1950s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
They were kind of staged, but this is the real
life
thing.
This real life, unedited videos, and what I see is what you see.
Okay. Why do you think it's important in the community in Lexington Park, where you seem to primarily operate? Why do you think it's important for people to be able to see these videos?
To see what's really going on in the world. It's not just at Lexington Park, but
aren't people learning all that when the sheriff's department issues a press release and tells it on Facebook?
Well, I haven't.
Is that journalism?
I haven't seen no press releases from the sheriffs. I wish I did.
Well, they put it on their Facebook page, or they put it on their Twitter page, or their own website. But the sheriff is trying to be the journalist, isn't he?
To me, it seemed like it now, because once the new sheriff came in town, now I started seeing like more active posts from, like you said, the Facebook, the Twitter. Yeah, kind of.
But is that where people should be getting their information, or should they be getting it independently?
Independently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Can people contribute to your efforts?
Yes, sir.
How do they do that?
I have Cash App. I have.
Where do they find
PayPal.
it? At your YouTube page?
My YouTube channel, my description.
So if somebody wants to walk in and drop a $50 donation on your thing, they have access to it on your YouTube page. Is that correct?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Would that be helpful to you in your efforts?
Yes.
If they did that?
Big time.
Okay.
Cause I spend a lot of money on gas, trying to buy batteries so my phone won't die and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can record.
Okay. Do you have a PayPal account?
Yes, sir. I got Cash App and PayPal.
Okay. All right. Good. And they can go to your YouTube at A Young City.
A Young City.
And it's AYE Young.
YUNG.
What does Young stand for? When I make that up?
No, actually, that's what people used to call me. People used to, when I was growing up and going to school, they used to call me Young City. So when they see me, they be like, "Hey, Young City." So
okay.
that's I put the A on there for that, and my cousin's favorite word was A Young.
So it had nothing to do with the Chinese restaurant?
No, sir. No,
okay.
sir. So when I was going to school, like people I grew up with, they called me Young City. But I developed the A Young City from, you know what I'm saying, they see me, I could be down the hallway or something, they'd be on the other side of the hallway, "Hey, Young City!"
Okay. Let's get back to Lexington Park.
Right.
You go out and you go to the crime scenes. How do you become aware of it? How do you know where to go?
People call me.
Okay. And so you're actually dial a video for your speed dial with half of Lexington Park?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
A lot of people call me and let me know they
send you a text message. You're on Twitter.
They send me a text message. They'll call me, say, "Hey, they raiding the house right here," or "Hey, it was a shooting here."
So when you show up, you're well known to the police.
Yes, sir.
So they really have nothing to fear of you being there, except for you're just recording.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
I saw one video where you got this detective, Austin Schultz, and he's coming out of the house, and you seem to identify that he turned his body cam off.
Yeah.
Okay, and you asked him about it.
Right.
Okay.
And caught the attitude.
And he explained to you that under the circumstances he can do that.
Right.
Is that legal? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
But the
I
thing
hope
is,
it's not.
well, but the thing is, you got it on video of him talking and admitting that he did turn it off, and there's certain times he needs to do that.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter what the rules are.
Right.
You got him to answer your question and address it, and he's the president of the FOP.
Yeah.
So he's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
Right? He represents all these deputies out here that are in the FOP, and they come up with their campaign donations and throw the weight around in elections.
Yeah.
All right?
That's all they do.
Okay. Well, no, there's a lot of people that are concerned about. They want to support the FOP, and they want to have a safe community. All right. But you're asking a question that a journalist would ask, even if it's accidental. You still did it.
Right.
I think it was on purpose.
Right.
Because how did you become aware of the fact that he turned his body cam off?
Well, I was already out there recording probably for well over 30 minutes. And I went closer to the house, you know what I'm saying, recording. And I see him go down to his belt. I see that his body camera was on his belt. So when I seen him go down to his belt, I heard the tick tick. Like, you know what I'm saying, the body camera talk. That's what I call it, the body camera talk. You hear the toot toot. So when I heard it, I'm like, hold on, this man been standing in this house for well over 30 minutes, because that's probably how long I've been out there, and they was there way before I got there, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard them, that's why I was concerned, because I'm like, you've been in this house this whole time, why are you now just turning your body camera on?
What was the nature of the investigation he was assigned to there? Do you know?
I think it was
I mean, you showed up. It had to be pretty good.
It was a raid. It was like the SWAT team and all that was there. So basically, they was coming in to search or doing something. I seen him come out with one guy in handcuffs, but I don't know if they took him to jail or what.
Did you get a picture of that guy coming out in handcuffs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is he in that video too, or a different one?
They was getting him out the police car when I got a glimpse of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the foil.
Yeah, so I blocked his view when he asked me for my license and registration. I had no problem giving it to him, but I blocked his view because I knew he was on.
All right, what was the outcome? What did Judge Chester do? She didn't allow your video, but what did she convict you of your citation?
When I went back to court, she postponed it so I could get the subpoena. When I went back to court started at 1 o'clock. She came out. They said, everybody rise. She looked at me, said, Mr. Henderson, come on up here. So she looked at the state's attorney. She asked him, okay, now where's the state witness? He said, oh, Your Honor, he must be at the barracks. She said, well, he know that he's supposed to be here for court today, and he's, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be getting cross-examined. So she said, well, I'm going to tell you this. You got 5 minutes to get him here. You know what I'm saying? So she said, Mr. Henderson, can you go sit at the front row? I sat at the front row. She called 2 more people up. Their cases took, I think it probably was longer than 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But I had no problem with it. She called 2 cases or whatever. Then she took a quick recess break. Came back from the recess break. She said, again, Mr. Henderson, come on back up here. Remind you, I got my laptop, and I had probably about this much of paperwork of questions I was going to ask him. I had a map from the checkers where he was at and to where he pulled me over, which was 3 minutes, 1.1 miles after you seen me commit the traffic infraction that you said I did. I had all of that, and I was ready to go to court. You know what I'm saying? I went back up there. She called me. She said, she sat down, she looked at the state's attorney, she said, again, where's the state's witness? So one of the guys that I guess he worked for the state's attorney's office, he got up and ran out of the courtroom, ran back in. He said, oh, Your Honor, the trooper's walking in now. She said, oh, he must be walking in for the next case that he got testified for, because this case is over with. Mr. Henderson, I find you not guilty. I was acquitted of both charges.
Okay, you went to a state police barrack in Catonsville.
Right.
Can you tell me when that was?
This is last year sometime. Okay. I want to say.
And why did you go there?
to do an audit, First Amendment audit.
Just to go on the property there? Of the
To go there.
is it open to the public? Is it state police barracks?
It's a state police
They have
barrack.
a public parking lot? Do they have a
Public
front
parking
door?
lot. Yes, sir.
Where did you go? Did you go around back where the troopers park? Or did you go in the front?
I went to the front. I started out in the front of it, right? And directly, like say this their building right here, the side of their building, this one side, this one side. They got a small walkway. It got concrete and everything. There's no signs there or nothing that leads you to the back. I went back there. I'm recording. No signs nowhere. It was a guy there. He came from out of the building. I think he worked for like the highway maintenance people. He seen me out there. He was recording. He went to his vehicle, then went back in. And when he went back in, I guess he told them, "Hey, somebody out there recording." So I went out. One of the guys, he was in uniform. He came out there, introduced himself to me. He told me I was trespassing. So I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? He told me I had to leave. So I said, okay. So I had my camera and on a tripod, but I had it in my hand. So I'm walking towards the same way that I came, right? So as I'm walking, the sergeant, he comes out. Hey, introduce himself to me. Hey, I'm such and such. You on private property and you need to leave. So I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving now. He just told me.
It's not actually private property. It's public property.
That's what he told me.
But it's restricted.
Right. That's what he told me. He said, we got signs posted all over the place. I told him I didn't see no signs. The only sign that I seen was on, you know how they got the garages?
Okay, but he gave you the warning. Did you at that point leave?
Yeah, I was leaving.
Okay.
So as I'm leaving, like I said, I'm leaving the same way I was coming from that sidewalk. I'm trying to get to the sidewalk, but I'm still in the parking lot. You feel me? So I got my camera. I'm walking past a car. I'm still walking, you know what I'm saying? But I raised my camera up to, you know what I'm saying, the view of the inside of the car. But I'm still walking though. He said, hey, come here. I turned around, yes sir. He said, put your hands behind your back, you're being placed under arrest. I was like, for what? He was like, for trespassing. I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you told me to leave, I'm leaving, you know what I'm saying? I go to court, he confiscated my camera, told me he was taking my camera for evidence. I went to court.
Did you ever get your camera back?
No sir.
Where's your camera today?
I hope it's at the Golden Rings police barracks.
Okay. That was the name of the barrack, Golden Ring?
Golden Ring, yep.
Okay. Do you remember the name of the trooper that arrested you?
I got it. I got his name on some paperwork at home. I can't think of it on top of my head.
Okay. And you say you had a public defender?
Public pretender, I sure did.
Okay. How was the public defender in representing you?
Basically, it seemed like he was working with the state's attorney because I told him I had a video of the whole incident. I told him it was no signs posted that said no trespassing or